Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our hospital management system, and we are building this using a Blazor. So as you can see, we have our homepage, we have the system codes, we have our system code details, whether we have, so here this is required. So we will see, so you can actually register, and this is, you can register an account, you can also log in. So I have an account that I already created. So if I just click here, login, so you realize that our login section here will change to my email address and authentication. What required, I think there is something we need to change there. Then weather forecast details and other system codes details. So if we click add new, you will be able to experience an error. So you will be able to see this is a bug. So we have a bug here. So what I want us to check is this particular bug. So the first thing that I want us to do is I want us to inject something on our page. So here I want us to do to add an attribute. So under to add attribute, so I'll do attribute, then I'll just say authorize. So that's the first thing that I want us to have there. Then once we have that, I want us to add something on our auth task here. So what we need here is to actually add something called cascading parameter. Then let's relaunch our app and see. So we notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you haven't subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider subscribing, like the video, and comment down below. So if we click on login here, we just log in. And if we go to system code and click add new, we realize that this is now okay. So I want us to try something. So if we add a breakpoint here, so remember we are now logged in. So if I click again, add new, so you see we have this. So if I just a step, you'll be able to see authentication type is true and our name is macro code. So this is the email and we have our claims. So we are now able to get the user who is logged in our application. So we have these particular claims and you can see we have the email address, name identifier. So that's fine. So if we just go inside here, you realize that you have the current user. So this is the current user who is actually logged in. And it is giving us all the details of the user. We have the email, the name, ID. So for the ID, user ID, remember we had created the user ID at the top. So we'll be assigning it. So if I just proceed, you realize that our user ID is now assigned and this particular user ID will be having a value. So every time we want to save the data to the database, then we'll be passing this particular user ID. So I'll just proceed and that is okay. So here, if we click, assuming we want to save something called gender. So this is gender. So I want us to test something. If you click a create button, if this is going to work. So if I just click save, so there we go. You realize our save now is working. So we are already on create system code. And for those who are new, our create system code is here on valid submit. You have the create system code here. We have the form name and you have the model. So the model is what we bind it. So you can see this is our input. So it's actually two input sections. So we have the description and we have the code. So then down here now, we now have this particular details. So if we just step in, so we realize that our model, this particular model, has values. So you see we have the code, we have the created by, so this is the person who is logged in. And you also have created on and the description, then the ID and order number. So you can also add the order number. So let's just stop this and you can add something here. So I want us to order this. So you can put in here, let's close this. So you can put in here order number. Then you can say this is order number. So this is order number. So this is actually our order number. Then I want us to do something. So we have our order number. So what is wrong here? So this is our system code order. So this is order number. So see here order number, then we'll be having order number here. This is order number. So since we have this, so there's something we are missing somewhere. So that is okay, that is okay, that is okay. This is already closed. So it is telling us. So I think there is a div that we are missing somewhere. So let's just check. So this cool, this cool, this is cool up to here. Sorry. So let me format this. So here it is telling us cannot convert into string. So this is actually an int. So here we need to change this to input number. So you're going to change that to input number. So these we're expecting numbers here. So let's relaunch this and see. So we'll be ordering some of our system codes to based on how we want them to appear. So assuming you don't want to order by ID, so let me just sign in. And we also need to track the session here, which we'll be doing. So if I click add new, so you'll see we now have these particular options here. And here I can do one. So if I click save, so we'll be having now our order as well. So on our system code, we have gender, created by, created on, and order number, you see we have one. And now we have everything okay. So for those who have been following our video, remember we had created an interface, system code repository. We have our system code async, get, we have the add system update and delete. Then we had actually created our implementation method on our services here. We have it here. And you can see here, it is actually inheriting some of the methods from our interface. Then we are implementing this. So get system code, so this retrieve everything. Also get system code async, get system code details async, and then add. So we need to add this particular, we need to now call this particular method to save our system codes to our database. So if we just open our database, so let me just open. So we need to open it. But before then, I want us to inject something to our app so that it is going to help us do some things. So what I want us to do, we need to import our repository. So you just go to our import.razor. Then here, I want to inject something. So I'll just say inject. Then I'm going to do system code. So I need to import a folder. So how do we do that? So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to say here, interface. So if I just do interfaces, then I can say system code repository. Then I can give it a name. So I can call it system code. So I can call this system code service. So this is our repository and we have it here. So it has all these methods. So I have my system code repository here. And I also have I've also injected on our imports.razor. So I have system code service. Then I have all this here. So once we have that, so I want us to do something. So whenever we are adding the details for the system codes, that is system code. So let's just go to that particular page. And here, system codes add. I want us to borrow what we've now injected. So here on our page, we have authorize, we have our models, we have identity, we have all these. So to save our application, to save our data, to save the data to our app, so to our database, we need to come here, and I want us to do something here. So I want us to do, so we can say here variable result. You can, so it is actually even recommending for us. So you can see await system code service, what we had already imported. Then here it is saying create. You can say add. add system code. And what we need to supply is our system code data that you just received from the user input. So I want us to put a breakpoint to our service so that we see if that is actually working. So this is our breakpoint here, and I want us to relaunch this particular application and see how this works. So as that launches, so let me just open our database so that we see if there's anything going on our database. So here, I just want to show you our hospital management system, and these are some of the tables that we have. So we go to system codes. If I select the 100, I'll not be having any particular record. So you see we don't have anything here. So let me launch this, log into our app, and we need to check how this looks like. So if I go to system code, add new, then I can say here gender, this is gender, I can say this is 1. So if I save, let's see where the breakpoint is. So our breakpoint is already on our service. So you see here, so this is our service, and we have this particular model with data. So you see we have the gender, we have the created by, created on, and also you have the order number here. So let's just see how the data is going to be saved. There we go. So it is telling us that cannot insert the null value into column modified by ID. So that means on our model, we say that modified by and created by and modified on are actually are not null. No, this should be nullable. So you need to ensure that these are actually nullable. So once you do this, that means you need to change our add migrations. So add migrations, add migration. So then you can say user activity updates. So press enter, then we are going to have our table updated. So it is going to update all the changes in our table. So you can see build succeeded and our migration file has been generated here. So this is how it looks like, and it is actually altering the column, making this nullable. So you see here. So once we have that, then we can update database. So if we press that, then it will update our database, and we are going to have the new columns, and that should allow us. So if you are keen to these particular commands, so you realize that some of them are actually update statements. So you can see, let's just check. So let's find some of these commands. So you can see here. So let me see, where is it? So it is actually update statements. So this is a migration. So this is the migrations. It is being inserted, and it's already here. You can see this is it. So you can see here, alter table, system codes, alter column, and you can have the date time null. So since we have that now, let's just relaunch our app and see. So I'm going to launch the app, and if we log in here, I want us to ensure that we are able to, so system codes, if I click add, I can add the gender, and I can also do here 1. So if I save this, then we proceed. So you can see here our system code details. It is now ID 2 in the database, and everything has been saved. So if I proceed, everything has been saved, and if we select this one, we realize that we have a record in our table. So we have the gender, and we have all this information here. So if we save another thing, we can save via marital status. So marital status. So here I'll just say marital status, and this is 2. So if I save, then we realize that everything is being saved. And if we check here, you see we have the marital status. So our data is being saved. So there's one thing now I want us to check. So you realize that once we click on save, this page is actually stacked here. So I want us, whenever you save something, the page should be redirected to list page. So how do you do that? So let's just go to our add system code. So here we need to add something. So you see here we have result, and we can actually try to see the result that is giving us. So let's just relaunch so that you're able to see. So we can add another one. So let's say education level. So I'm going to log in. So the reason I'm logging in is I want to ensure that I have the user ID. So here I can say education level, and here I can say education level. Then this is 3. I can say 3. So that is saved. So you see it has saved. If we check on the result here, we need to check that this result is actually returned from the database. You see, it has returned the results. So you see the ID is for educational level, and this created by, created on. It has even returned the full name of the user. So once this is returned, we need to navigate to the list. So let's just do that now. So before we do anything, I want us to inject something. So if you come here, where is it? If you come here on our app, then here, I want us to add something called, so I'll just inject. Then we can add navigation manager. Then you say navigation. So navigation manager, then that is navigation. So this should redirect us to the page, to the list page. So how do we do that? So you need to go to here after getting the result. We just say here navigation. Then we say dot navigate to. So you can navigate to, then you can pass the URL. So you can do this. Then that particular URL is actually this list here. So you need to pass this. So I'll just go here. Where is it? I'll just go here and I'm going to pass this here. So as simple as that. So then what happens to the cancel page? So if you check on our back to list, so there's this button here called back to list, this one. So we also need to ensure that you can navigate back to list when you click this particular button. So here we can create a button. So we can say public void. Then we can say here back. So you can say back to list. So this is it. Then I can open it here. Then here I can also say navigation, then dot. So you can even copy this. So this is actually taking you back to the list. So then after having that back to list, we need to have it on our button here. So how do we do that? So here we are having this as a button. Then I can say here at on click. Then I can have it as equals to, can do this. Then I can say here, can have this as method. Then I can do this. I can say here back to list. I can do that. Then that, so if you click it, it will take us to back to list. So that is it. So let's try to go back to our app and do something. So if you're new to this channel and you're watching our videos, please consider subscribing, like the video, comment down below. And if you haven't subscribed, ensure you subscribe. So we notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you haven't subscribed. So if I just click here and let's say here we're having religion. So here this is religion. We do here. So before even adding, if we click back to list, does it work? So it seems our back to list is not working. So let's just see. If we click on it, does it work? So we'll check on that. So if I click here, I say 5 and save. So you see, it has actually registered our data and it has taken us back to the list. But now there is something that we need to do. We've registered this particular data and we have them here on our table. But we need to display this particular information on our application. So what is the best way to do this? So what I want us to do is, if you go to our application here, so we've done something called on initialized async. So I also want us to define some items that is going to hold our data whenever this particular application launch, whenever you navigate to this particular page. So here I'm going to do, I'll just do public list, or I can actually say I collection. Then I can say here system code. Then we can call these system codes list. So if I do that, I can say a new, then I can do this. So if I do let's do these as I can have these as let's just do get, can do get set. So if we do that, I don't know if we can do something like this here. So no, this you should actually, let's just do this. So this system codes here list, I want us to add the values. And how are we going to add the values? So I want us on here, I want us to do system codes list. Let's pick it here. And we are going to say await. So we're going to assign values to it. And the value should come from system code service. Then dot get should get all the system codes, get system codes async. So this should return all the system codes. So I want us to put a breakpoint here and see if that is working. So if we launch this particular application, I want us on navigating to the, oh no. So actually this, so if we click here, we've added it in the wrong place. So let me just show you why it is in the wrong place. So if I click here on add, you realize that this is as loaded and it is actually having 4 values. So you see we have system codes. So what we've done is here, instead of having it here on the add page, we should be having it on our list page. So let's just go to our list page and we are going to remove everything. So I'm going to remove everything that is there on the related to weather forecast. So I'm going to remove everything here, and you're going to import some of the things that you have here. So we can leave the render streaming, so we don't have any problem with it. And so this weather forecast, it's actually telling us, so we can remove this. We can remove this. Can also remove this. Then here, I don't need this. So on the add system codes, we are define our, so here, let's just define our collection. So we'll just do public. You can even have that public. So here you can say, can do list, it's okay. So let's just do list. Then here we need to add something. We need to add this. So here I'll add that. So I'm trying to copy from our application, and you see here we have now our system codes list. Now if you come here, I want to do code, and here I'll remove this and do description. Then I'll also do created by, and I'll also do created on. So we have those information. Then here we can say code, system code, and this is system codes list. You can say system codes. These should be actually this particular list here. So once we have this, then here we can do system code.code. Can do here .code. Can also have this dot description. Then you can also have this dot. Can say created by. Then you can do first name. So on the created by, let's just add something here. On our application user, do you have something like full name? So here, I want us to add here something called public string full name. Full name can do that. So this is our full name. So if we go back here, so we need to remove this on the create, but on the system codes list, we can do full name. Then here I'll just do this. Then I can say created on, and I want to add something here. So you can also add the order number. So this order number here, and you need to add another order number here. So this should be order number. So that's okay. So let's relaunch our app and see. So we are going to have those particular details now. Instead of displaying system codes, weather forecast details, we are going to display our values. So this is, you can see, it requires us to log in. So I'm going to sign in. And if we go to system codes, you can see it has even now given us the information of our system codes from the database. So you see here we have the information from the database, and we have this particular information. So these are actually 4 entries. So let's add more. Which option should we add here? So what is wrong with that? Oh, we have a breakpoint. So here, if we add, let's say, which other option can we add? We say OB. Let's say this is OB. And you can say this is 5. So if you save, you see, you have the value here. So I think that is it for today. We are going to leave it there. And in case you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe. And if you need the source code, you can claim the source code using the link down below. And if in case you also want to buy us coffee, feel free to buy us coffee, which goes a long way in ensuring that we do more of this content. That is it for today, and see you in our next episode. Bye.